This coin was supposed to change history. The US Mint produced over 800 million of them. Vending machines rejected it. Cash registers confused it with a quarter. And within 3 years, the entire experiment was quietly abandoned, leaving hundreds of millions of coins sitting in government vaults, never circulated, never spent, never wanted. But here's what nobody talks about. Buried inside that massive production failure are specific coins worth $15,000 or more. And most people have no idea how to tell them apart. The Susan B. Anthony dollar launched in July 1979, the first US circulating coin to ever feature a real woman. That alone made it a landmark. The Mint positioned it as modern, practical, progressive. It was smaller than the Eisenhower dollar, copper nickel-clad, designed to save money on paper dollar production. The public hated it on sight. Too close to a quarter in size and color, too easy to mix up. The golden dollar jokes hadn't started yet. This one was silver, plain, and almost immediately doomed. By 1981, production halted. The coin disappeared from circulation for nearly 2 decades, only to return briefly in 1999 before being replaced by the Sacagawea dollar in 2000. But failure at the cash register doesn't mean failure at auction. Some of these coins are worth serious money. And the difference between a $1 coin and a $15,000 coin often comes down to details you can see with the naked eye. Susan B. Anthony didn't live to see herself on a coin. She died in 1906, 73 years before her face appeared on a circulating US dollar. She had spent decades fighting for women's suffrage, voting illegally in 1872, getting arrested, and refusing to pay the fine. When she said, "Failure is impossible," she meant it. The design, created by sculptor Frank Gasparo, features Anthony in 3/4 profile, stern, unsmiling, historically accurate. The reverse carries an eagle landing on the moon, carried over from the Apollo 11 commemorative half-dollar. It was a bold visual pairing. A civil rights pioneer on one side, humanity's greatest technological achievement on the other. Critics immediately called the design cold. The public called the coin confusing. The vending machine industry, which had actually lobbied for a smaller dollar, ended up largely ignoring it anyway. But what felt like a PR disaster in 1979 is exactly what makes certain specimens so collectible today. Here's where coin collectors separate themselves from casual observers. Most Susan B. Anthony dollars are exactly what they look like. Face value, maybe $1 or $2 in circulated condition. But 3 specific years and varieties are where the real value lives. 1979, P-wide rim, near date. On the standard 1979P, the date sits far from the rim, called the far date. On the wide rim variety, the date crowds the edge. This was a die modification the Mint made mid-year. In MS's 65 condition, the wide rim trades for $30 to $100. Not life-changing, but a real premium over face value. 1979 S-Type 2 proof. This is where it gets serious. The 1979 S proof was struck in 2 versions. Type 1 has a filled S mint mark, blurry, rounded. Type 2 has a clear, sharp S, a new punch introduced partway through production. The Type 2 is dramatically scarcer. In PR 70 Deep Cameo, certified examples have sold for over $4,000. 1981 S Type 2 proof. This is the rarest of the group. In 1981, the Mint again used 2 mintmark punches. The Type 2 for that year is extraordinarily hard to find in top grades. A PR 70 Deep Cameo, 1981 S Type 2 has realized over $15,000 at auction. The difference between Type 1 and Type 2? The shape of a single letter. 1 millimeter of detail. That's the numismatic world in one sentence. A millimeter of difference, and you're holding $15,000 instead of $1. If you've got a Susan B. Anthony dollar in a drawer somewhere, or you're hunting through rolls at the bank, here's your checklist. First, check the date and mint mark. Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, all struck these coins. San Francisco proofs are where the valuable varieties live. Second, on 1979 P coins, examine the date placement under magnification. Does it crowd the rim? You might have the wide rim variety. Third, on any 1979 S or 1981 S proof, study the mint mark. Is the S filled in and soft? That's type 1. Is it sharp, defined, and clear? Type 2, and worth having professionally graded by PCGS or NGC immediately. Condition matters enormously. An uncirculated example straight from a mint set carries a completely different sealing than a circulated coin that's been bouncing around a register drawer since 1979. The difference between MS63 and MS66 on a key date can be hundreds of dollars. The difference between PR69 and PR70 on the 1981 S Type 2 can be thousands. Don't clean it. Don't polish it. Don't store it loose with other coins. If you think you have something real, protect it first, then get it authenticated. The Susan B. Anthony dollar is proof that commercial failure and historical significance aren't mutually exclusive. The coin that America rejected, that sat by the billions in government vaults, unwanted and unloved, quietly produced some of the most sought-after modern rarities in U.S. numismatics. Most of them are worth $1. A few are worth $15,000. The only difference is knowing where to look. Drop a comment below. Have you ever found a Susan B. Anthony dollar in change or in an old collection? Tell me what year it is. You might be sitting on more than you think. And if you want to go deeper on modern U.S. coin rarities that most collectors overlook, that video is right here.